Welcome to ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal. This is the Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Basketball Tournament. Once again, we welcome you back to the home of the Big 12 Tournament, Kansas City. And it is time for the top seed of the Big 12, the Arizona Wildcats, to make their debut here this week as they take on the 8th seed, the UCF Knights. Jaden Bradley, the player of the year in the Big 12 this year, part of a very talented, balanced Arizona Wildcats team that can compete with anybody in the nation. They've got a lot of size. They pound the ball inside. They will take on UCF. Already here today, Iowa State dominant for the second day in a row as they knock out Texas Tech. Two more big-time games tonight, Kansas and TCU, and then BYU and Houston. Hi again, everybody. Dan Shulman and Jay Billis. Glad you're back with us again. Let's talk about the Wildcats. They've had right up there with Duke and Michigan as good a year as anybody has had consistently all season long.
Well, they've done it at both ends of the floor, and on the offensive end, this is a paint attacking team that likes to get downhill. They play high-low. They score 43 points in the paint per game. That's 5th in the country. One of the best rebounding teams at both ends of the floor in the country. And Arizona gets to the foul line. The Wildcats make more free throws on the season than their opponents attempt.
They have only lost twice the entire season. They were dealing with a couple of injuries recently that kind of overlap with that spell. They started 23-0. They got to number 1 in the poll, then they lost back-to-back games, but they finished strong, winning 6 in a row in the regular season. They are 29-2 right now and seem like a lock to be a 1 seed no matter what happens over the next few days here in Kansas City. Tommy Lloyd, in his 5th season as head coach, the Big 12 Coach of the Year, has taken this program to the Sweet 16 in 3 of his first 4 seasons in Tucson. But obviously, they have higher hopes, bigger aspirations here this year. For more, here's Chris.
Dan, so much of this Arizona success is part of a freshman duo of Braden Burries and Koa Pete. They were McDonald's All-American teammates, but their relationship goes back to the 8th grade when they played against each other on a club team. Koa Pete will like to remind you, he won that game. This team did, but Braden often says, yeah, but let's just remember who had 25 points in that game. Competitors turn very good friends who are now huge pieces to this Arizona team.
2 members of a phenomenal freshman class in the conference and around the country. Yesterday, UCFJ picked up a huge win, and they had to score the last 8 points in a regulation, forcing turnovers and converting, got into overtime and to beat Cincinnati.
Well, UCF won the battle of the paint 38-10 against Cincinnati. They forced 19 turnovers, scored 20 points off those turnovers, and were active on the offensive glass with 18 offensive rebounds. Rebounding is going to be a huge issue against Arizona.
And you just saw JaMychal Stillwell. He was a monster yesterday. A great game for the Knights. It'll be Motias Krivas and John Bull, a couple of 7-footers. The officials today, Tony Padilla, Michael Greenstein, James Ford. The second game of 4 here in Kansas City. And we are underway with